Hello everybody, welcome back. My name is Emma Borders, and if you have watched any of my other videos on this channel, you might have heard me talk about tension. Tension is the musician's maybe worst enemy. It is something that we all fight, that I've been fighting for as long as I have been playing music. And I wanted to give you some actual tangible tips today that you can implement into your practice to help you fight tension. I say a lot, we need to be relaxed, we don't need to have tension, but I haven't really given you guys actual things that you can do to help you fight that tension. So that's what we're going to talk about in today's video. I'm going to give you 4 specific tips that you can implement into your practice, so you definitely want to stay tuned. Okay, tip number 1 is to stretch before you play. This is not something that I typically thought about. Typically I just see my mandolin or my violin and I think, oh, I need to practice. You just grab it and you start practicing. But especially if you practice later in the day, we harbor tension and we pick up tension throughout our day with stress and work and all of the different things of life. And so it is very, very helpful if you take a moment to stretch and to physically relax your body before you play. So for me, it feels really good to do some shoulder rolls. Just get the shoulders relaxed, because my shoulders and probably my back are the main places that I fight tension, especially with violin and mandolin, which are the instruments that I primarily play. So some shoulder rolls, maybe kind of stretch out your neck a little bit. It always feels really good. And then you could also maybe kind of do this. This stretch really helps to pull apart your shoulder blades. Feels really good. You could also stretch out your fingers and hands. This could also be very, very helpful. So yeah, you can just do some stretches to get everything nice and relaxed. Let your body just relax before you play. That's gonna significantly help you just from the get-go. The second thing that I find really, really helpful is actually to walk as I play. And some of you might do this already, but for me, typically when I practice, I'm sitting down and practicing, but I've found that especially when I'm working on something fast, something challenging, it helps me to practice walking around, because for some reason, when I walk, that tension releases and I'm able just to just stay more relaxed. And that's something that relaxes me without me really thinking hard about it. I can play whatever piece I'm playing sitting down, and then I can play it standing up. And I am much more relaxed when I play it walking around and standing up. So that is something you can try, something you can implement into your practice, is just walking around or pacing as you're playing, and see if it helps. The third tip is, y'all are gonna think I'm crazy on this one, but trust me, this has helped me literally so much. My voice teacher is actually the one who showed me this tip, and it is to use these little slit corks. They're just little corks. You can find them on Amazon. I can link those below. But what you do is you take it and you just pop it in your mouth over on one of the sides, like in between your teeth. Like that. And you play with that in your mouth, and you can bite down on it. And what that actually does is it relieves a lot of the tension, because it gives that tension a place to go. It's kind of giving it an object, something to focus on. So all of that tension goes into that cork and out from your shoulders, out from your body. And so I will use this when I am trying to work on something fast, and I can tell that I'm kind of getting tense, but it's just really hard for me to get rid of it. I will stick one of these in, play the whole song with it, and it's not painful or anything. It's really easy just to stick that in, and it really does help. I can play so much faster and cleaner when I have this thing in. It's kind of crazy, and it really helps my body feel what it feels like to play relaxed. And this is something that, again, these are things that you can just do, and your body will naturally respond to it. You're not necessarily really having to think super hard about relaxing, because especially when we're playing something fast, I don't know about you, but when I'm really playing something challenging and it's hard, I'm using all of my brain power just to actually play the song, and I don't have much room to think about what my shoulders are doing, what my hands are doing, what my neck's doing, what my back's doing. Like, I just don't really have brain space for that. So sticking one of these in is super helpful. My body just automatically responds to it and helps me feel what it is to be relaxed. And then when I take it out, since my body has practiced it relaxed with that cork in, then it's much easier for me to keep that relaxed posture as I continue moving forward. The last tip, number 4, is to create little checkpoints in your song so that you automatically stop and relax in that checkpoint and then continue forward. So what I mean by this is, say you are playing a song that is maybe 2 pages long, okay? And what happens to me a lot is you start relaxed, maybe you've just stretched, maybe you've thought about it, you start relaxed, you're feeling good, but by the time you get to the middle of that second page, you're starting to feel that tension kind of creep back in, but there's not much you can do about it because you're just trying to get to the end of the song. So what ends up happening is I start out a song relaxed, but by the end I'm quite the opposite of relaxed. So what I like to do is make a little checkpoint, and maybe that checkpoint is right at the top of the second page, or maybe that checkpoint, you could have multiple checkpoints, maybe, in the first half, second half, third half, fourth half. You have a little place where you stop what you're doing and you relax, okay? You breathe, and you make sure that you are relaxed before you continue. That way you are practicing relaxation all throughout your song and not just at the very beginning. And this is super helpful for me, especially when you are always relaxing in a certain part, always at this one part, at this one checkpoint. You've trained your brain to think relax. And you can do that by stopping at first, like I said, like literally pausing in your song and making sure that you're relaxed. But then the more you do it in the same exact spot at that checkpoint, your brain is automatically gonna think to relax, and your body's automatically gonna relax because you've always practiced it like that. So when you get to that section, your body relaxes because you've trained it to do that. And so that is something that I like to do, and that is something that is super, super helpful. Okay, I know I said there are only gonna be 4 tips, but I just thought of a little extra one. So bonus tip, number 5, and that is simply to breathe. Breathing really helps your body relax. And you could do the same thing with the check marks of the checkpoints, making little areas where you know to breathe, because that is really going to help you relax. And I think I've talked about this in a previous video of things that I used to do, bad habits that I used to do that I've corrected. I'll link that below if you are interested, because there are a lot of really helpful tips in there. But one bad habit that I used to do is I used to hold my breath as I was playing. Not a good habit. It does not help with preventing tension. In fact, it increases tension. So for me, it's really helpful to remind myself to breathe out as I'm playing. So there you go, 5 helpful tips to help you relieve tension as you are playing. And as always, if you have any questions, feel free to leave those in the comments section below. I always love getting to hear from you guys. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and hit that like button so that you don't miss another video from me. And I will see you in my next video.